Hi there, Messenger marketing fans, and today we are going to discuss how you can send a promotional message to your subscriber outside of the 24-hour rule window, even if you don't use message tags at all. So that is possible if you use Conversation API. So we are going to discuss what is Conversation API, what this 24-hour rule is about, what is message tag on this video. So if you don't know that yet, then we are going to discuss it in here. Let's just have a brief introduction about the Messenger bot policy and what is a Messenger API. How does it work? Okay, so start. So first, let's answer the question, what is Messenger API? How does Messenger bot work? So it may be a little geeky stuff, but bear with me. First, a person or a Facebook user will send a message on Messenger, and that message will go directly to the Facebook servers. And what Facebook servers will do is it will process that message, and then it will give that information as a webhook to a bot server. So that bot server will serve as the processing center to interpret that message coming from Facebook, which the user has first started. And after processing that message, then the server will have a Messenger app that would interpret and do action as required in that message, and then send that information back to Facebook server, and then the Facebook server will send that processed information by the server of the app going back to the user. So that makes the whole cycle how the Messenger API works. And if it's a little bit confusing, I'm gonna have it in a simpler terms with you. So it's not really complicated at this stage because we have platforms like ManyChat, ChatFuel, and any other bot marketing platform. But if you don't have that platform, it will be really hard to use because it would require coding. That brings us to our next discussion. How does Messenger bot work? How does ChatFuel or ManyChat or any other bot platforms work? How does it relate with Facebook servers? So let's discuss that first. So I have already discussed this, that Facebook sends servers a webhook URL to the business server, and then using the Send API. So we are going also to discuss that, the difference between Send API and Conversation API. So using Send API, the app will respond a message to that person on Messenger, and then using the Messenger bot API, developers can build guided conversation to lead people through automated flow, or build an app to serve as a bridge between agents and the presence of the messenger. So there must be an agent, there must be a gap, a guide between the user and the Messenger bot interface, because this is what would happen. If you don't know this yet, all the tools that is provided by the major Messenger bot platforms out there did not really originate from them. All right, it is Facebook and Messenger that provides that tool. What do I mean by that? You know, the feature that we can send messages by broadcast, or the checkbox feature, the auto reply feature, the auto comment feature, all the interaction that is available for us to use on major Messenger bot platforms are all given by Facebook. So those are the tools that is provided for use. It is available for everybody, but the problem is it is not available per se to the general public because it would require coding, and majority of us don't really know how to code, right? So if you know how to do a curl server call or how to use the API coding, then good for you, because you would be able to use this even without using platform. So here comes the problem. People don't know how to code. So what Facebook really does is it just provides the tools for the users to use, and it would require a third-party platform in order to provide an interface. So that brings us to the major Messenger bot platforms out there like ManyChat, ChatFuel, and today I'm introducing the Facebook Marketing Master because it introduces the Conversation API, but more on that later. All the other Messenger bot platforms out there only provides the processing and the user interface, so that the user will be able to interact with the bot in an understandable way. no app, no application would be able to serve Facebook tools without prior approval first by Facebook. So all the messenger bot platforms out there who is already working has been approved by Facebook, so that those platforms can use the tools that is provided by Facebook. So that is a very important concept that you must know. Again, the tools is provided by Facebook already. Okay, what the platform only does is it provides an interface and the processing so that the user would be able to interact in an understandable way with the Messenger bot platform. Since I have now discussed what is the Messenger API and how does it relate, how it relates to how Messenger bot works, now let's go to their policy. So what is the 24-hour policy? If you haven't heard this yet and you are just starting out in messenger marketing, then listen carefully what a 24-hour policy really is. Before March 4, 2020, we have what we call 24+1 policy. So what that means is businesses and developers using Send API, note the keyword here, Send API. So business and developers using Send API have up to 24 hours only to respond to a message by a person in Messenger when using standard messaging. So the +1 is you will have additional day after the 24 hours to send a message to a user. But the +1 will be removed March 20, 2020. So what does it mean? It means that once a user sends a message to your page, your Messenger bot will have only 24 hours to respond to that message. After the span of 24 hours, there must be a special tool that we must use in order to respond to the user. As you may as well know, Facebook is monetizing the Messenger platform using ads. So if the user is receiving too much spam on the messages, then the user will be turned off in using a messenger. So the users will go somewhere else because of the spam. So that's why it has this policy, the 24-hour policy for the developers and for the business users like us who use messenger marketing to market to our subscribers. So that is what the 24 hours is about. Again, you have only 24 hours to respond to a person. Okay, you can send promotional messages or whatever. So what if you have a use case where you require to follow up to your subscriber after 24 hours, after the 24-hour window? So in normal case, that is not allowed, but there is what we call the message tag. So that is where our next discussion comes along. Message tags, what is it? So why did Facebook provide the message tag? So let's read first what Facebook has to say about message tag. So message tags gives you the ability to send messages to a person outside of the normally allowed 24-hour window for a limited purposes that require continual notifications or updates. So Facebook has given us the ability to send outside of the 24-hour window, but it is only limited for a certain purpose. Okay, certain purposes only. You cannot just send after the 24-hour window. You cannot just send any messages, any promotional. It must be in accordance with the allowed purposes of Facebook. So what are those limited number of purposes here? So let's have a look what that is. So we have 4 cases. Coming March 4, 2020, we will have 4 use cases in which Facebook allows businesses to send messages to their subscribers outside of the 24-hour window. The first is the confirmed event update. So you will be able to send this if the user has successfully subscribed to an event that you continually do, and if you have an event update that the user has sent, already showed an interest in coming, then you can just send a message to them confirming an event update. And the next is the post-purchase update. So you will only be able to use this tag if that user has already bought products from your store. If that user is already your customer. So that's why it's called post-purchase. The next is the account update. So for the account update, it must be your user, and it must the user must subscribe to the account update that you are continually giving. So there must be an agreement with you and the user that the user really knows that you are going to send account update with regards to the status of their account on your platform or on your whatever app you have. Okay, and the last is the human agent. For the human agent, it is not allowed to send promotional messages or whatever. It is not even allowed to use recurring messages, repetitive messages. You must only send human messages for this one. That's why it's called the human agent message tag. So we have only 4 use cases. In all of those cases, sending a promotional message is not allowed. You cannot send coupons, you cannot send sales, you cannot send whatever promotional message that you have, even if it's informative, if it's not in accordance with this, if it does not coincide with these 4 use cases, then you are not allowed to send messages to your subscriber outside of the 24-hour rule. So I hope you understand that concept. So let's go on. That brings us to this discussion: Send API versus Conversation API. So notice on the first discussion of the 24-hour rule. So let's go back here. The 24-hour policy. I'm gonna read it again. Businesses and developers using Send API have up to 24 hours to respond to a message. So only the Send API is bound to this 24-hour policy. So what if there is also another tool in the arsenal of Facebook that would enable us to send a message, but it is not bound to the 24-hour policy? So yes, there is such a tool that is provided by Facebook. Again, this is not a hack. Alright, this is not some hocus pocus. This is not some, dirty trick. This is not a black hat strategy. This is a legitimate tool that is provided by Facebook to the platforms like ManyChat, like ChatFuel, like any other messenger bot platforms out there. It is a legitimate tool, but they are not using it because it is a legacy integration. It is one of the first tools that Facebook has used since it rolled up the Messenger API. So it is legacy. It means that, well, it does not have the most updated features, but it works. It really works. You can send you can send messages to your subscriber even if it's promotional message outside of the 24-hour rule, because Conversation API is not bound to the 24-hour policy. So again, this is a legitimate tool. I can even show you the documentation on the link below. I'm gonna show the link so that you can study it yourself. If you are not familiar with Conversation API, you can study it so that you can really see that it's a legitimate tool that businesses can use to send promotional messages outside of the 24-hour policy. So let us differentiate what is Send API and Conversation API. Okay, so the Send API is the standard and the most updated tool that Facebook has provided to the messenger bot platforms like ManyChat, like ChatFuel, and now for the platform that I'm going to introduce later, the FB Marketing Master, and any messenger bot platforms out there. Send API is the standard messaging tool that we can use. But there is another messaging tool that Facebook has provided way back, the legacy integration, which is the Conversation API. So let's differentiate between the two. For the Conversation API, you can send promotional messages, whereas on the Send API, you cannot send promotional messages outside of the 24-hour policy. Okay, let me put a marker in here so that I can draw it for you. Okay, so conversation broadcast and subscriber broadcast. For the conversation broadcast, it uses Conversation API, while for the Messenger Send API, for the subscriber broadcast, it uses Messenger Send API, which is bound to the 24-hour policy. Okay, for the message type, you are allowed to send promotional messages using Conversation API, using this tool, all right, because it is not bound to the 24-hour policy. For the Send API, you can only send promotional and non-promotion. You can only send non-promotional messages within the 24-hour policy, and you can send non-promotional outside the 24-hour policy, but you must use a message tag with allowable use cases. So the 4 allowable use cases, remember that is the topic that we have discussed earlier. The next is the message structure. Now here is the catch. All right, we can send promotional message, but it is on the format of text text only. It is a legacy integration, meaning it is an old toolbox that Facebook has invented, or Facebook has rolled out since it started the Messenger API. So it can only provide you with text. Okay, you cannot send videos, you cannot send buttons, you can send templates, you cannot send images, but you can send emojis, you can send links. So yeah, we have a use case for that. We can really use this in order to re-engage our subscriber back to our page. Let's differentiate that using Send API. Using Send API, you can send structured messages. So structured messages are those templates or features that we can use to send images, videos, buttons, carousels, and whatever. Okay, so how does a subscriber opt in to be, so that that subscriber will become part of the Conversation API subscriber? So we have two types of subscriber in here: the Conversation API subscriber and the Send API subscriber. For the Conversation API subscriber, once a subscriber has sent a message to your page, that user automatically becomes your Conversation subscriber, and you can send Conversation API messages to that subscriber, even if it's promotional, even if it's outside the 24-hour policy. While on the Send API, the user must first send a message proactively to your page, so that before that user can be subscribed is a subscriber to your Messenger bot. Okay, for the audience, you can send this to all your existing subscribers, while for the Send API, you can only send messages to your bot subscribers. For the promo content, yes, we are allowed to send promotional content using Conversation API, but for the subscriber API, or I mean for the Send API, you can send promotional messages only within the span of the 24-hour window. And for the API use, we use Conversation API, and for this one, we use Send API. Okay, so that's it. That is for the brief introduction what is Conversation API, how we can send promotional messages to our subscribers outside the 24-hour window without using message tag. So what platform are we going to use so that we can send promotional message, so that we can re-engage with our subscribers outside the 24-hour policy? Most Messenger bot platforms out there do not have, or do not use Conversation API anymore. But there is this platform that I will introduce. Using the Facebook marketing platform, you can send messages to your subscriber, all right, using Conversation API. So I'm going to show you how to do it. First is you are going to go to fbmarketingmaster.com. Okay, go to fbmarketingmaster.com, and then you are going to register an account. Okay, so we are already inside the dashboard of the Facebook Marketing Master platform. So the next is go to Advanced Functions. So on the Advanced Functions, you will be able to use the tool that we call the Messenger Sequence. Okay, so using a Messenger Sequence, you will be able to send messages to your subscriber using Conversation API. So by the way, the FB Marketing Master platform have a lot of tools that you would be able to use for your business. You can create email sequences, you can create SMS sequences, you can download a WordPress plugin for this. You can use webhooks, so you don't need to use You don't need to use Zapier. It has also a Google Sheet integration already built in. So as you can see, this platform, the Facebook Marketing Master platform, has a lot of tools that you can use for your online marketing efforts. But let's discuss more on that later. For now, let's continue how we can create a conversation API message which we can send to our subscribers outside of the 24-hour window. So to create that, let's use this feature, the messenger sequence feature. Just click actions in here, and after that we are going to create a new messenger sequence. So just click this one, we create a new messenger sequence. Alright, we are now inside the messenger sequence form building. So let's name our campaign first. So let's say conversation API test broadcast. Okay, and then for the associate webhook and webhook only, that is for another lesson, but just keep it blank for now, the associate webhook, and then put the webhook only to no. Alright, so just set it to no. The next is the target page. So in this case, just select your target page. You can even broadcast a message to all your subscribers on different pages. Example, you have a lot of pages. You can just select all your pages in here and it will be sent to all your pages. Okay, so that is another tool that that makes it easy to send a broadcast message to all our subscribers. But in this case, I'm just gonna send a broadcast conversation API message to this page. And then we can even filter by label. So label is also we call also that as a tag. So that's basically the same thing, label and tag. So let's say that we are going to target only the promo group 6. We can also target promo group 5. So it depends on you what label tag you put on your subscriber. You can even exclude. So example, you are going to exclude buyer for this campaign. Those subscribers who have a buyer tag on their profile will not be sent with this message. So you can even do a time-based target. For the time-based target, the baseline is the time in which your subscriber has opted in or has subscribed to your messenger bot. So example, you want to target people who have been your messenger bot subscribers since 2020. So you can do that on the time-based targeting. So let's just say from January 1, 2020 up till now, that will become my specific target for this campaign. So it depends on you, or you can just turn off this time-based target. Okay, here we go. We are now going to create a conversation API broadcast. So as you can see, it only provides a text message. You will not be able to use pictures, images for this one. So yeah, that is one of the cons in using the conversation API, because it's a legacy integration. But hey, what if you just want to re-engage with your subscriber, with your old subscriber who has not engaged with your page yet? So instead of using advertising, you can just use conversation API to just send a message like, hey, we haven't seen you for a while. Why don't you have this free ebook that we can give you? So just click the link below. So you are also allowed to put a link in here. So it depends on what strategy you use, but the fact that you can send a message outside of the 24-hour window, even if it's a promotional message to your subscriber, that is about a very powerful thing, even if you don't use a message or a button. So it's just a matter of crafting a perfect message so that subscriber will be opted in again to your bot. And then once that subscriber has opted into your bot, then you can then send API, because it is now bound to the 24-hour rule. So it can be your tool to have another way to increase your bot subscribers again. Okay, so you can also set the time in here. So you can set the delay. Example, I'm gonna send this message after 30 minutes 30 minutes after I create this campaign. And a good thing here is you can even send a sequence message. So that's why this feature is called messenger sequence, because you can add a message here. So example, this is your message 1, okay? And then you can send your message number 2 in here, maybe let's say after 8 hours. After 8 hours after you sent the previous message. In this case, if that user responds, you can use a send API now. You can use whatever postback ID you have in here. So postback ID is a structured message which uses send API to your subscriber. So you can have the option to use the send API in here because we have already interacted with so the user who has responded to our first message, which is just a conversation API message, then we can follow up with them using the send API. So that is a good strategy as well. You can even add a chat also in here using conversation API again, maybe after, let's say, after 1 week. All right, after 1 week, you can also send a message number 3 in here. So you can also add a chat after maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, after 2 weeks, just add your message number 4. So it depends on your strategy, but creating a sequence message is really powerful if you have just the right message. All right. Okay, so let's launch this campaign. But before that, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna target the admin only, because if I launch this campaign, even if it's just a test campaign, it will send messages to my current subscriber, which I don't want. So I'm gonna put target label. I'm gonna put admin only so that it will be sent to the admins of that page. So now we are going to launch this messenger sequence, and that's it. All right, in a few minutes, this campaign will be sent to your subscribers, and they will receive this text-only message. And don't worry, it is safe because it is not bound by the 24-hour policy, because we are using Conversation API for this broadcast. Okay, and now let's discuss the available packages in FB Marketing Master. So we have 3 available packages: the Apprentice package, the Master package, and the Grand Master package. So what are the difference between those 3? First is the Apprentice package. You can avail this starting $10 a month. So what are the features? First is the unlimited subscribers. So unlike the major messenger bot marketing platforms out there that charges you by the number of subscribers you have, on FB Marketing Master, you are gonna get charged on a fixed monthly basis, and you can get unlimited subscribers per page. For the Apprentice package, you can only get 1 Facebook account. You can only upload that, and under that Facebook account, you can upload or you can import 4 pages. You will also gain access to create 1 full e-commerce store, which will work inside of Messenger. So no need to subscribe to Shopify monthly plans. No need to get a monthly hosting in WordPress. All you have to do is go to FB Marketing Master, get the Apprentice account, and you can start building an online store in just simple click. So I will provide a separate video for that, how you can create an e-commerce store inside this platform. Next is the Facebook hidden interest targeting. So if you are doing Facebook ads and you want to have an effective campaign, then you must target the right audience. So this platform, the FB Marketing Master, also have a FB interest targeting finder where you can find hidden interests that is not available on the Facebook interest targeting suggestions. So if you want to avail that feature, all you have to do is go to FB interest finder, and then example, let's choose the language in USA, and then let's choose cats. You can search for that, and all the interest that is available for your main search point is this. It will be shown here. So example, I want to add this as my targeting. You can see the size of the list, so you can sort it out. You can do your own research. After you have added enough interest, you can just copy this and paste it on your ad set for your targeting. Next, let's discuss the next package, which is the master package. So the master package also has all the features that is available on the apprentice package. So it has also the full unlimited growth tools. What I mean by that is the m.me links checkbox plugin, the send to messenger button, the customer chat plugin. All of that is available JSON code plugin. So you can also have SMS broadcast, messenger web view, SMS drip sequence campaigns, and all these features, which I will not be able to discuss in this video because it would take me hours to discuss all the features that is available for you. The difference between the master package and the apprentice package is you can import 5 Facebook accounts for the master package, and under those Facebook accounts that you have imported, you can use 10 Facebook pages. And then you can also create 3 full access e-commerce feature, which is an online store. So by the way, the ratio here is you can create 1 e-commerce store per Facebook page. You can upload 10 Facebook pages and you can create 3 online stores. And now let's go to the featured package, which is the Grandmaster package. For the Grandmaster package, you are gonna pay a fixed monthly rate of $40, and then you can also get an unlimited subscribers. But in this case, you can import 20 Facebook accounts and use 30 pages. So this is a good package for you if you are managing multiple pages and multiple accounts. And as usual, you can also get the full feature that is available on the Master and the Apprentice package here in the Grandmaster package. So again, let's recap. You would be able to create an online store inside Messenger using this platform. You can use Facebook Pixel integration. You can track purchases. You can track add to carts, initiate checkouts, view contents, all that is necessary for you to assess if your campaign is doing good and to help your Pixel target the right audience. And we have already discussed the Facebook Ads Hidden Interest Targeting Finder. And you can build unlimited subscribers and create powerful retargeting offers. So I have already discussed the power of Conversation API, where you can target your subscribers outside of the 24-hour window without using message tags. And last but not the least is the email and SMS marketing feature. For the email feature, the platform is using Amazon SES, so it ensures high deliverability of your emails. You can be sure that those emails will shoot on your subscribers' inbox. For the SMS marketing, you can send SMS anywhere in the world with the cheapest rates compared to major platforms. And if you want to learn more about the platform, we have a tutorials page in here. So all you have to do is go to the tutorials tab and then click that one, and then you will be redirected to the online academy. So all the lessons are available for free. You can study these lessons anytime so that you can master how to use the FB Marketing Master Platform. And that brings us at the end of this lesson. As much as I want to share more, I don't want to take too much of your time and I don't want to make this video too long. So let's have a quick recap before we end this video. First is we have another tool that we can use to send messages to our subscriber that is not bound with the 24-hour policy, and that is the Conversation API. So using Conversation API, we can send promotional messages to our subscribers outside of the 24-hour rule without using tags. So the tool that we use for this is the FB Marketing Master. We have also discussed the difference between Send API and the Conversation API, what is the 24-hour policy, and what is the purpose of the message tag. So I hope you learned a lot on this lesson. So if you want more, simply subscribe and stay tuned for our future videos. See you!